Alright, so these are the instructions for how to assemble the Angry Badger Dark Fortress. The first part we'll do is the gate, and this is the gate completed. And then we'll show you how to put those together. So the two main body parts are these two, and then you have the side panels. You have 4 of these, and really what you're going to do is you're just going to glue this over here like this. The important part, line it up. The important part is to keep this slot on 2 of them lined up so that a piece fits in between them like that. And you just do that like that. You take these pieces and you put them over, and then you take the archways and you glue them over like this. Now with the archways, you don't want the arch to come over down, drop past this, or else the door won't open. So just line it up with the edge so that the 2 main body parts will look like that. Alright, so after this is all dried, you have these 2 pieces here. Now the rest, and these are all glued down. Now the rest of the assembly doesn't need to be glued. It's designed to be broken down so you can break it down and store it flat. So the next step would be to take the walkway and put it in the holes. And on this side, it just kind of goes like this. You have the side pieces that just pop in like that. Like this. And then you have I guess they're flying buttresses that just kind of slip on like that. If I can get them right. There we go. Like that. Another one. Like that. And then I won't glue these on, but these little hooks here, they just kind of fit in those slots, so you just glue those on. Alright, so the next step after that is we attach the door. So you have the door and you have the dowel that came with the kit. You just glue the dowel to the door. You might need to trim the dowel a little in order to fit. So on the front of it, you'll see there are these 2 notches, and the door just fits like that in the 2 notches, slides up and down. Now to keep this from coming out, you have these 2 items. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue these like this. It's up to you how you want to place them, so that this part here sticks out a little bit, and that'll keep the door from swinging back into the actual gate. Alright, so as you can see, you have the 2 little things there, and they stick out a little bit past the lip. So what happens is the door that you've glued the dowel to slips into the slot there like this. Alright, and that way you can take the door, they can take the door out and replace it with another door. The intention is that we can have a modular door and design other doors if you want. The next step are the individual wall units, and the first part of that are to take these 2. You have one that's scored with a stone pattern, one that's not, and then you have these 2 items which are both the same, so they're interchangeable, and you're going to glue them over these like this. And again, you want to make sure that the slots on both of these are lined up. And once those set, we'll move on to the next. Okay, so once these are dried, you're going to attach the walkway. Now the walkways, there are 2 different walkways. There's the flat walkway, or there's the straight walkway, straight edge walkway they're just basically square. And this is for if you want to line up a whole bunch of different wall sections together. It also comes with one that has an indented slot right there, and that's for if you want to line up one of the wall units with one of the towers. I'll show you that. See if it just kind of goes like that. Anyway, so it's easy. You just pretty much take this and you put it in there like that. Put the other side like that. And then this piece goes in like that. And then you have these little hooks again, and they kind of just get glued right in there like that. Alright, so this is one of the towers. The tower has 8 sides, and for each side there's these little spires. We'll show you how to put it together, but just know that they are adjustable, so you can move the entrance ways. There's 2 entrance ways. You can move an entrance way to any position depending on how you want the walls to run into it. So if you want the walls to run into it at a 90-degree angle, we put one entrance way here and one entrance way over here, so you can move them around. You also have these spires that lock them in place, and we'll show you how to do all that. Alright, so how you assemble them is pretty simple. Each of the floors has a little notch that goes into the holes on the side of the wall. So there's 3 floors, 2 middle floors and the roof. And the roof is going to be the only floor that has the really deep notches in it at an angle like this. And that the reason for that will become obvious pretty soon. So you just basically go around, you put them in the notches like that. And you put the rest of the floors around. You can also leave some of the floors, some of the walls off, if you want to have access and put the figures there. So depending, it's all modular. You don't have to glue any of this together. And then the floor goes at the bottom and just kind of hooks onto those notches like that. Alright, so once you get the walls into the places you want them to be, you're going to lock the walls in place using these spikes, spires, whatever you want to call them. At the top of each one of these is a little tab, and that tab slips into the hole that's on the top roof, which is why that hole's there. So it just kind of locks over like this, slips into there, like that, and then there's a tab at the bottom, so that kind of just comes down and slips into the hole down here, and locks. Once you get them all the way around, it locks everything into place, so you don't have to glue anything. Now the only thing to remember is if you put these tabs, these long spikes next to the entryways, the walls won't fit up against the towers, so we have these smaller spikes that will go to either side of the entryways, and those just work the same way, where they go in and fit into the notches, so that now the wall pieces will butt up against the tower. And that's pretty much the tower.